Hi, this is Jim Wallace again, and now I'm with ErinGroll. Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Erin is one of the 5 on the All-American twirling line.
One of the 6.
Oh, 6, I'm sorry, yeah, I know that too. I should get that right. On the All-American marching band here at Purdue University. So, Erin, I know you're very familiar with Purdue because your mom and dad are employed by the university. What do they do here?
My dad is a professor in the College of Engineering. He teaches thermodynamics, and he also runs the Office of Professional Practices, and my mom is an academic advisor in the College of Technology.
So what is your major?
I'm in industrial engineering.
Surprise, surprise.
I didn't do mechanical engineering, though. I kind of went a little outside the norm.
So you won't have your father as a professor ever?
No.
Okay. So what do you want to do when you get your degree? Have you got anything specific in mind?
I do, actually. I really want to go down to Florida and be an Imagineer for the Disneyland parks.
Ah, that's interesting. So you're a West Lafayette person, right?
Yes, I'm a townie.
Were you born here?
I was.
Wow, so you're a native.
Yes.
So now I happen to know the answer to this question, but the people watching this don't. When did you start twirling?
I actually started twirling baton really late. I danced for many years, but I didn't start twirling until I was 14. It was the summer before I started high school. So
most twirlers, when I ask that question, they say, oh, I started at 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And 14 is really late.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And yet you're obviously competent enough to make the twirling line. So you've come a long way in a short period of time.
Yeah.
What do you attribute to that to?
I think the start of my senior year of high school, I really sat down and kind of figured out what I wanted to do in college, and I realized I wanted to twirl collegiately, and I wanted to be able to be on the field with a marching band, a college marching band behind me. And as soon as I realized that was my goal, I just did everything possible to make it work. I asked my band director if he would let me twirl all 3 songs instead of just doing 2 songs with a break in between, because I knew that's what a lot of collegiate twirlers did. They would twirl the entire halftime show, and I really just practiced and practiced and practiced, because without that I don't think I would have made the team.
And you were in Harrison High School,
correct?
Right? And I saw you twirl out there at one of the football games. Were you the only twirler out there? I don't remember.
I was the only twirler my sophomore and my senior year, but my junior year I had 2 other twirlers on the field with me.
So how did that moment come when you decided, I want to be a twirler? Because like you said, you were in dance for all these years, and obviously at the dance studio they had various forms of dance, jazz and hip-hop and whatever, and they also had twirling, and you must have looked over there one day and said, I want to do that?
That's pretty much what happened. I was supposed to go to a stretching class, and the teacher wasn't there, and all my friends who were in the class with me were baton twirlers, and they just pretty much threw me a baton and were like, here, try this, and I never put it down since.
The rest is history. And this is your 2nd year?
Correct.
So if a young lady is watching this and is thinking about taking up twirling and being in the twirling line, what advice would you give her if she's, say, a sophomore in high school or whatever, to prepare herself to be a member of the twirling line?
Yeah, sure. I would just tell her that even if somebody says that you can't because you haven't been twirling since you were 4, 5, 6, whatever age, don't listen to them, because if you're determined enough and you have enough passion for baton twirling and you just love going out there and you love performing and you really want to make this a reality, then don't let anything stand in your way, and get in the gym, keep on practicing, push yourself, and really just go for it. Don't let anything stop you.
So you said get in the gym. Obviously it's a physically demanding sport as well.
It is.
Do you like jog or run or do anything to get in shape?
I do running. I do a lot of working out. I like working out, but also, you know, we need a lot of endurance. Our pregame show is pretty long, and then halftime, like I said, we're out there twirling the entire part, so we need a lot of endurance to make it through game days, all the marching that we have to do. So I definitely do take time, either go for a run or just do something that'll help get my endurance up. So
at the end of the day on game day, how do you feel?
Generally, I'm coming down off of an adrenaline rush because I love performing, and performing in Ross-Ade has one of the greatest feelings in the world. And so generally afterwards at Slater Center, I'm still feeling really good, but definitely a little tired, I generally go back to my room, I change, and all last year, me and the other two twirlers, they're now sophomores with me. At the time we were freshmen, we'd go to a dining hall and we would just stuff our faces full of food, and we'd have so many plates. It was the great way to end the game day.
Do your feet get sore?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
So that's pretty average, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think you'll find any other bandsmen who would say, no, my feet don't hurt after game day.
My feet don't hurt, yeah. Do you get to sit down during a football game?
I don't.
Okay. Sure.
I like being on my feet. I like cheering, so sometimes I might sit down for a couple of minutes, but for the most of the time I'm standing up cheering with everyone else. Anything we forgot that we should talk about? I don't think so. I think
all right, well, thank you for your time. I know you have a performance coming up in a little bit, so
tonight.
you do very well. I know you will.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.